Hi guys, I'm back again. This is our third day working with our story, I Need My Monster. And today we're going to go back. I want you to revisit the picture that you drew yesterday. So you'll either be looking on the computer or on your piece of paper. And sometimes after you draw something, like I was okay with the way this looked yesterday, but then I kept thinking of some more details that I thought would make my monster better. So I'm going to go back and edit and revise my monster some, and just to make it a better. That's the bottom line. I want it to be the best that it can be. And yesterday I thought it was the best that I wanted it. But then as I thought more about it, I'm like, oh, but if you added this, it would make it even that much better. And as you get older and you're using words for your writing, that happens as well. Like the author of this story, I can promise you, they wrote the story, or maybe even wrote just like 5 or 6 pages, and stopped for the day, went back and thought about it, and said, really think I want to go back and edit, revise this one part, think it'll make my story better. Okay, well, since right now we're practicing using our pictures to tell our stories, and then you're going to move into using words, and some of you are using words. But sometimes you need to go back and you need to edit and you need to revise those first drafts. It's called a draft, the first thing that you did, so that it becomes a better piece of work. Okay, so yesterday I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do at the bottom of his legs, and I was like, well, that's okay. He could have, like, kind of looks like white boots. Well, as I was thinking about that more, I was like, I don't really like that. Okay, like that wasn't doing it for me. I was like, I think you could do better than that. So I'm gonna come back in here and I'm gonna put some of this hot pink down here, okay? Because I kind of like the way that looks. All right. And then I'm going to come back over here and do some more on this side as well, okay? Now, got to think about right there, because we did say those were his big toes. But I think it'd make it a lot more interesting if I'm going to move this a little bit this way so I'm not so much in front of you. I'm going to draw some polka dots, because why not? It's a monster, and I just think that would make my monster look a lot more interesting. Okay, I think that's a great detail for me to be able to add to my monster's toes. Okay, and then I got to thinking up here, I'm like, okay, that's not bad, but I want to color this all the way in. So see, like, I'm revising it, I'm editing this drawing. I'm making it even better. Okay, it was fine yesterday, but as I thought more about it, there were some changes I wanted to make it my best work. Okay, now what I'm going to do with this purple that came out, I'm going to make it curly like that. But then I got to thinking yesterday and this morning, I thought, horns, that would be so cool on my monster, right? And so I'm going to do them. I'm going to have them come up like that. What do you think? And then I'm going to come over here and come back like that. Okay? And then they've got to be a really cool color. I mean, come on. It's horns. How many times do you get horns, right? I guess monsters get them. And I am going to make these horns stripe, because I think that would be a cool detail, right? Okay, and then I want to make my monster, I want this to look like fur. So I thought maybe if I kind of let it kind of come off, like around the edges of where I was drawing, I'm thinking maybe that'll help it look like fur. It's kind of my thought. Kind of putting a little, whoops, oh, that's okay. I'll just do like that. And I think I'll just kind of making like these swishy lines to kind of make it feel like fur. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. And then I want the legs to look furry too. So I'm going to come back in and kind of do like that. because to me that kind of gives it the appearance of fur. And that, I mean, I wanted a furry monster. That was one of my biggest things, you know, is that I wanted my monster to look very furry. So, yeah, that's pretty good. And last but not least, I need to come down here and see if I can get this pink to looking furry. And then I want that to kind of come over on his foot. You know what I mean? So let's see, kind of, yeah, I like those revisions. Okay, yes, I'm glad I came back in and did a little bit of editing and revising on my picture, because I think I have a much better picture now. I mean, my picture yesterday, it was fine, right? But when I came back in and put the horns that were striped, and I colored the rest of his head purple and gave him purple hair, and I added in trying to make the fur and the polka dots, I think I have a much better looking monster. And it really fits more what I had pictured in my mind, what I had visualized, and so I'm happier with it. I feel like this is better than what it was yesterday. So, your job today, you're going to look at the monster you drew yesterday. You're going to see if there's any revisions you can do to it. Is there anything you need to do to make it better? You know, did you think a little bit on it and you're like, this is what I really want to do? And so I want you to take a look and see if there's anything that you can do to revise that, to make it better. And then you can upload that picture with the changes. And we'll be back tomorrow to do some writing. Okay, see you then. Bye.